Yes. So the next one is construction of analytic function. What do you mean by this? Construction of analytic function. Okay. So next we are going to find f of z. Usually I said f of z can be a function like z square plus z plus some constant, or z cube plus 2z square plus 3z plus c, something like that. So now using this Milne-Thomson method, we are going to find f of z. Okay. So it is very most important, very important for your exams also, as well as f of z when u is given. Okay. So whenever u they'll give, and you have to find f of z. Now, what is the relation between u and v? As I said, what is the relation between u comma v? Which is nothing but elements in W plane. That's all. U comma v is nothing but representation of elements. As I said, which is nothing but without u, v is not possible. Without v, u is not possible. Whenever u are u v, whenever we know these values, then only I can represent some point on W plane. Isn't it? As I already told, whenever f of z is there, which is nothing but the function or a point which represents in W plane. It is not is going to be a point, some function. Some function exists in W plane. So first of all, try to understand the relation between u and v here. So what is the relation between u and v? Just now I said u comma v is nothing but pair, pair of values. So okay, now I'll come to the formula. According to Milne-Thomson, when u is given, what will be the value of f of z? So u is given here. So say for as I said, u is equal to some 3x square plus 4x, something they are given. Okay, then what will be the what will be the value of f of z? Like integration function of z comma 0 dz minus I function of z comma 0 dz plus c, where for this first function is ux of x comma y. We have to represent x as z, y as 0. Don't forget. Minus I into uy of x comma y. So x is z and y is 0. So this is the representation. So only using this formula we are going to solve certain problems. For the upcoming session we are going to solve two problems. I have chosen to choose which is very most important. Learn what I say here. It will be very useful for solving further more problems. Okay, using Milne-Thomson only we are dealing here. Yes. Now first of all I'll go for the problem. Before that I want to introduce one more thing. Just learn that sinner. Just hear what I say. F of z when u is given is this. Similarly, I can find f of z. What will be the other choice then? When b is given, what will be f of z? I'll say same formula. Wherever minus comes, add plus. That's all. I'll repeat the formula once again. F of z when b is given means the formula changes, like f of z equal to phi 1 of z comma 0 dz minus I phi 2, minus I, instead of minus I it should be plus I phi 2 of z comma 0, like that. Okay, similarly here also plus will occur. Okay, I'll go for the problem. Problem number 1. Show that u equal x cube minus 3xy square plus 3x square minus 3y square is harmonic. Number 1, what they ask, it's harmonic. Determine its harmonic conjugate. Determine its harmonic conjugate. So point number 2, harmonic conjugate they're asking. They ask you to verify harmonic and also find f of z. Also find f of z. I think readily I got answer for f of z because I know this formula. I'll apply this. Okay, fine. So the other two things I have to find, which is nothing but harmonic I have to prove, and then I have to find harmonic conjugate. We'll decide this later. Harmonic conjugate later on I'll try. First of all, harmonic will try. Harmonic means what? I think I didn't define this for you. Harmonic means, as I already told you, the Laplace equation. You all remember? Laplace equation. What is it? Same thing. So like uxx plus uyy should be 0. Same thing. Harmonic also represents the same equation. So which is null. Nothing happens. So partial derivative 2 times of u with respect to x, partial derivative of u with respect to y 2 times. Second order partial derivative. Add up. Nothing happens, 0. So if it satisfies, we used to call this u as harmonic. Okay. So I'll try now. Harmonic I'll prove. and then harmonic conjugate. Now you have to answer what is conjugate of u here. Harmonic conjugate they ask us. Reply, they ask us harmonic conjugate. What will be the conjugate of u? Yeah, it's v. So conjugate of u is going to be v. So what are all the things that we have to find? So harmonic checker, next one is harmonic conjugate v, and then f of z. Okay, first I'll try this and then f of z, and I'll go for harmonic conjugate. Now first of all, tell me what is ux soon? Ux 3x square minus 3y square plus 6x. Come on, what is uy here? Uy minus uy means this will become 0, partial only. This will become 0. So 6xy minus this one also 3 to 6. Okay, 6y. Yes, I got it. Once again, what is uxx double x 6x plus 6? Come on, uyy with respect to y minus 6x minus 6x seems fine. Now come on, I got my result. I mean the first result I got. What will be uxx plus uyy? 0 of course. So the part 1 is over. Point number 1. What they ask is over. Next I'll go for f of z. Okay, they ask you that function which is in the w plane. What function exists? Let us find this curve. What curve we are getting? Yes. For that f of z back to go. Yeah, here is my formula. So integration I wrote. Phi 1 of z comma 0. Phi 1 is ux. Where is my ux somewhere here? So wherever x comes, I have to substitute as z. Remember, z. Y as 0. So 3z square plus y0. Okay, watching? Y0. So x will become z. So 3z square plus 6z into what? dz minus I into integral phi 2. Wherever uy comes, x is z, y0. Same thing. Where the uy occurs here. So x is at y0. So I think uy does not exist. 0 because y0, y0. You agree? Here also substitute y0. Here also substitute y0. So it becomes totally 0. So leave it. Now I got the result like integrate this. So 3 into z cube by 3 plus 6 into z squared by 2 plus constant. So 3 cancel, 2 3's. So I got my f of z as z cube plus 3z square plus c. Okay, as I said, no, I'm getting the function like this, that cube plus 3z square plus c. Well and good. Okay, now one more thing we have to see here. We have to note 2 parts over. What is the third one they're asking us? I mean, in the middle part, harmonic conjugate. Actually, I have to find v. So in order to find v, just listen. I'm not going to apply this formula entirely. I'm going to erase now because not necessary here. Wait. I'll do it. I think the space is enough for me. Okay, little bit smaller I have to write. Yes, what is ux? I'll take this equation ux equal to vy. You all remember this? Ux equal to vy, CR equation. What they say, if it is analytic, then what? So if it is analytic, I can take ux equal to vy, isn't it? Now, yes or no? So I am trying to find the harmonic conjugate. Keep remember we are going to find v now. Okay, that is the main purpose for this. For that I'm taking for that I'm finding this or I'm taking this ux equal to vy. Since f of z is analytic, yes. So CR equation. So vy will be equal to what? Ux somewhere we found here, right? What is it? 3x square minus 3y square plus 6x, isn't it? Actually speaking, this is what? Dou v by dou y equal to this thing 3x square minus 3y square plus 6x. Well and good. Now here I am going to find v. V in the sense I have to integrate, then only I will get the value v with respect to y, which is equal to partially with respect to y. I'm going to integrate. So what will get? 3 into x square y minus 3y cube by 3 y goes plus 6 into xy plus some constant. Obviously, as I always used to say, constant will be because v is a function of x and y only. Obviously, with respect to y means the other variable will be in terms of x. Okay. Yes, I got v here. This is nothing but conjugate, what they ask here. But provided I have some function of x, I need to find what is f of x. Then only our equation will be correct, isn't it? I need the value of f of x, then only it will be fine. Okay, for that what I'm going to do, I'm going to find dou v by dou x. Let us wait and watch. What is dou v by dou x? RHS, 3 twos, I mean, see here, initially I integrated, I got v. Now what I'm doing? Same v, I'm going to differentiate. With respect to what variable? Listen carefully. With respect to what variable I'm going to differentiate now? With respect to x. Fine. So 6xy. So this will become 0 because I'm differentiating with respect to this. This will become 0. What about this one? Plus 6y plus this one f dashed of x. Well and good. Now keep this as it is. What is Vx? Where is our Vx here? Or otherwise, what will be the value of Vx? Ux equal to Vx, Uy equal to minus Vx, isn't it? The second equation, CR equation. So that what will be Vx? Vx will be equal to minus of Uy. So you remember what I'm saying here? See here. Vx equal to what? Ux equal to Vy. Uy equal to minus of Vx. You agree with this? Yes, what I need? Vx. So Vx is going to be minus y. Because why I'm doing here, all value what they give are in terms of u only. Isn't it? So through that only I'm going to find. I don't know the value of v now. Just now I got v, temporarily I got, but I need to find this constant or variable. I don't know what is going to be f of x. I don't know. That is the thing we are going to find. Only for that purpose I'm differentiated. I mean, we differentiated with respect to x. I got this equation. Now, tell me what is Vx. Actually, Vx is going to be minus of Uy. Where is my Uy? Somewhere here. So there's nothing but minus 6xy minus 6y. So minus of this will become 6xy plus 6y. So instead of Vx, I can take this as 6xy plus 6y, which is equal to 6xy plus 6y plus f dashed of x, which is nothing but cancel. F dash of x will, f dash of x is going to be 0. So f of x will be equal to constant. So what will be the value of f of x? Constant. Till here only you have to stop. That's all. The problem is over. Okay. Now the second question is this. I'll read out the question here, which is very most important for all exams, university exams. Here, find the analytic function f of z equal to u plus iv if u minus v is equal to, see here, can you see the board? Can you all see the board? U minus v is equal to sin 2x by cos h2y minus cos 2x. So for this solution I'm going to find now. Yes. So here if you see little bit, it's a tricky thing. You have to follow that because usually what they'll ask either u or v. So here they have combined the variable u and v. So don't get confused that we're combining real and imaginary, not like that. So in real part also u and v may be there. I think you can understand what I'm saying here. Since you have followed all the session, you might have understood. So in real part also u and v may value may be there. So in imaginary part also u and v value will be there. So you remember whenever we do the previous problems, we used to represent u in terms of x and y. So x is also there, y is also there. So it's just like that. So it's a little bit tricky thing because u minus v they have given. In such a case, we have to find the analytic function. In such a way, we have to find the analytic function. For that certain assumption I'm going to do now, it's very simple. It's not too difficult to understand. It's very simple. Just look very carefully. I'll do. So already they have given f of z is u plus iv. Now tell me what is I into f of z. So I into f of z is nothing but iu minus v. You agree? Isn't it? See here, multiply I throughout. So iu minus I square will become minus. So minus v. Now wait and watch what to do in order to get u minus v. U is here, v is here. So either so you just decide now whether you need in real part or imaginary part. Anyhow, you're going to use either first formula or second formula. U given is first formula, V given means second formula. Already I told you the model. Actually, we'll try for real part itself. The first formula. Yes, we'll try for the first formula itself. So that I have to add up. isn't it? U minus V means U minus V will come in the real part. Agree? Yes. So f of z plus I into f of z. Add up. So add up the first two equation. So u minus v plus I into u plus v. Here I got the equation. So what they ask here? U minus v. U minus v, where I have this u minus v in real part. So this carry imaginary part. So this is your real part. Which formula you are going to try now? First formula? Yes, because u minus v is here. Okay, suppose they ask u plus v something like that. Maybe in some other problem. They ask you u plus v equal to cos 2x plus something minus something. If they give u plus v means which formula you have to apply? I think same thing I can add up like this. But u minus v is not valid here because suppose if they give u plus v means I have to choose imaginary part. So the second formula u plus v means what? I have to use the second formula for finding f of z. I have to use the second formula. You remember what I'm saying here? Milne-Thomson method, second formula. Okay, so u minus v only I have now. So I'll go for the problem. U minus v means real part somewhere here. Now I have to apply Milne-Thomson method. Which formula? First formula. Yes. Now 1 plus I into f of z will be equal to this u minus v plus u. What I'm going to do, you know? So this u minus v, totally I'm going to take this as capital U. Next, plus I into, totally I'm going to take this u plus v as capital V for our convenience because I have my formula. I mean, Milne's formula in terms of what? Ux, Uy only, isn't it? The other formula will be in terms of Vx and Vy only. You all remember, just recall the Milne-Thomson method, otherwise you can't follow these things. I mean, in the previous session I've given you the formula, right? So remember that, then only it will be, you can understand in easy way. So 1 plus I into f of z equal to u plus I into v. Fine. One more thing I'll add. The totally 1 plus I into f of z, small f is f of z, you know, I can consider this as capital F of z. What do you say? Totally I'm combining this as f of z. So this one is as usual u, this one is as usual v now. Now come on, I'll go for the formula. So first formula I have to apply, right? So directly I'll write the formula since everyone knows. For that what I need? Ux. And wherever x comes z, y comes 0. You all remember that? I need ux. That's a very must for me. Otherwise, and then other one what I have to find? U, y also I need, it seems, no? Ux and yes, u, y also we need. Let us wait and watch ux. So ux I'll try here. It's a very lengthy one. Look very carefully. So ux will be equal to what? Where is my u? Yeah, u is nothing but u minus v, which is nothing but this part, sin 2x by cos h2y minus cos 2x. This is going to be my total u. So ux I need. Then come on, speak up. Cos h2y minus cos 2x, the whole square, cos h2y minus cos 2x, v square v du minus u dv, that formula. So v, differentiate this to sin 2x minus of sin 2x, keep this as constant. Differentiate this with respect to x, what will get? This one will become 0. This one will become minus cos 2x. Cos 2x will become sin 2x. So I'll get like 2 sin 2x, close the bracket. So here I'll add here ux of x is directly I'll substitute, usually x comma y, directly I'll substitute x as z, y as 0. So which is equal to x is h, y 0. So remember what will be the value of cos h2y 0? We don't have any direct formula for cos h2y. So as I already told in the class, whether you remember or not, I don't know. Cos h2y formula is nothing but what? Remember, in terms of exponential, average of two exponential curve is nothing but hyperbolic function cos. That's it. E power 2y plus e power minus 2y by 2. Substitute y as 0, 1 plus 1 by 2. It is going to be 1. Yes. 1 minus, what is this? 1 minus cos 2z. All you represent in terms of zy. Already it is in terms of real variables. So we have to convert in terms of z. Complex. That's why. Here I'll get 2 sine 2z minus 2 sine square 2z. So whole divided by, here also I'll get 1, right? 1 minus cos 2z the whole square. So which is equal to, what I'll get here? 2 sine 2z minus, is it correct? So cos h2y minus cos 2x, 2 sine 2z is here. 1 minus cos 2z is here. This 2 cos 2z minus 2 sin square 2z. Something is missing. 1 minute. So v square v du, right? So here cos should come. See here, mistaken. So here cos should come, no? Cos 2x. See here, v square v into du. Differentiation I have to do. Yes, differentiate means sin 2x become cos 2x, isn't it? Yes, okay, fine. So 2 cos 2x minus sin 2x. Once again, differentiate this. I think rest of them are correct. Here I have to change the sinus cos 2z. Okay, is it right? Yes. Now come on. So 2 cos 2z. The rest of the things are correct. 2 into cos square 2z minus 2 into sin square 2z. So whole divided by 1 minus cos 2z the whole square. So directly tell the answer. If I take minus 2 out, I'll get cos square 2z plus sin square 2z is going to be 1. So I'll get answer like 2 cos 2z minus 2 divided by 1 minus cos 2z the whole square. So which is equal to, if I take minus 2 out, what I'll get? Minus 2, 1 minus cos 2z divided by 1 minus cos 2z the whole square. So which is equal to, minus 2 space is not enough for me anyhow. So minus 2 divided by 1 minus cos 2z. So this will be the answer. Still I didn't complete. Minus 2 divided by, what is 1 minus cos 2z? 2 times sine square z. This is cos 2 theta. So I'll get 2 sine square z. So which is equal to 2 goes a minus cosecant square z. Yes, minus cosecant square z I got. Actually, I got my ux. Similarly, we have to find uy. And then substitute x z and y 0. Okay, you remember, will you remember the value? Minus cosecant square z. I'll try for uy and then I'll tell the answer. Remember, ux is minus cosecant square z. Remember? Similarly, we'll find uy. Same thing happens, same thing only. Slight difference will be there. Anyhow, I'll keep this answer aside. Next, I'm going to find uy. Uy of z comma 0. So uy, same thing. Where is my function? Somewhere here. Sin 2x by cos h2y minus cos 2x. So differentiate cos h2y minus cos 2x the whole square. V square b du, right? Cos h2y minus cos 2x b square b of du. Differentiate this with respect to y. I think I can't differentiate this. Okay, 0 minus of sin 2x. Keep this as constant and differentiate this with respect to y. What will happen? So this one does not happen. So this one will become sin h 2y. So cos h2y will become sin h 2y into what? 2. Now apply your value wherever x comes z, y wherever y comes 0. What will happen? X is z, I think no issue. I'll get some answer here. What about, I think 0 into anything 0. So cancel this. So coming to the side, minus sin 2x, sin h2y. So sin 2z will exist, of course. Sin 2z will exist. What about this one? 2 sin h2y. So this is nothing but, you remember the formula for sine hyperbolic function. So e power 2y minus e power minus 2y by 2, of course. So 1 minus 1 obviously 0. So uy will become 0. So in your formula, according to Milne-Thomson method, actually what we are taking here, capital F of z. Capital F of z will be equal to, only the first integral is possible. Minus of I into second integral is not possible. So integral phi 1 of z comma 0 dz. Phi 1 of z comma 0 into dz. As I said, minus I, no need to write here because it will become 0. Leave it. So plus some constant will be there always whenever it is definite or indefinite integral. Indefinite. Whenever indefinite integral exists, always constant exists, as everyone knows. Now come to the point. Capital F of z is nothing but what we have taken here initially. So 1 plus I into f of z. Okay, right? Coming to the other side, integral. What is phi 1 of z comma 0? Check. I told you to remember the value. Remember? Here it is. So minus cosecant square z into dz. Okay, only this thing exists. Actually, we are going to complete the problem. Two more steps left. Listen very carefully. Let us complete the problem. So, minus of cosecant square z. What is integration of cosecant square z? Minus of cot z, as everyone knows. So, cot z plus c will exist here. Here 1 plus I into f of z. So, what will be the value of f of z then? So, cot z by 1 plus I plus c. So, this is going to be the answer.